Well, folks, a headline I've been wanting to read for a long time. Oh, yes. Here it goes. Hunter Biden trashes impeachment probe as partisan House of Cards in blistering opening statement. Yes, Hunter Biden went and gave his testimony, of course, not out in front of the media because Republicans are scared Hunter might hurt them, and I understand why. Because James Comer and Jim Jordan, the Russian double, that nice little Russian couple, they're like the Laverne and Shirley of Kremlin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Pepper Incorporated.
Hunter Biden went in and made them look as stupid as you would think he would for all the garbage they've spewed, all the lies about his business career, all the idiocy. Look, guys, do you think Meghan McCain got the gig on The View because of her talent? Do you think that, remember Billy Carter, Roger Clinton? Hey, remember Neil Bush? What I've said for a while now is Hunter Biden likely got a number of jobs, number of corporate boards because of his last name. Welcome to America. It happens all the time. People get into the acting business. How many do you know that are sons and daughters of actors? And they got that advantage. And the same thing happens here. Fame brings you advantages. But the fact that he did not commit any crimes, oh, that's right. I think he messed up on his taxes once and had an unregistered gun, things that Republicans usually get really upset about.
Machine gun bacon.
The rest of it's garbage. And he went in and he reminded them of that. First he did, and then Dan Goldman did after. First of all, let's show you what he had to say. I'm going to read just a little bit of what Hunter Biden had to say. I'm here to provide the committee with the one uncontestable fact that should end the false premise of this inquiry. I did not involve my father in my business, not while I was a practicing lawyer, not while my investments are transactions, domestic or international, not as a board member, and not as an artist. Never. You read this fact in the many letters that have been sent to you over the last year as part of a so-called impeachment investigation. You heard this fact when I said it weeks ago, standing outside of this building. He goes on from there. For more than a year, your committee has hunted me. That's the right way of putting it. In your partisan political pursuit of my dad. This has only ever been about one thing. The way Benghazi was about Hillary. You've trafficked in innuendo, distortion, and sensationalism, all the while ignoring the clear and convincing evidence staring you in the face. Now, in their defense, Jim Jordan has trouble with things staring him in the face. There was a shower pretty much staring him in the face for people being molested at Ohio State, but somehow he saw no evil and heard no evil.
Jim Jordan called me crying, groveling on the 4th of July, begging me to go against my brother, begging me, crying for a half hour. That's the kind of cover-ups that's going on there. Jim Jordan called me several times after that. That week, I had to have my lawyer call him, tell him to stop calling me. I had a teammate, George Pardos, I called and told him, call Jim Jordan and tell him to quit calling me or I'm going to beat his ass. He's throwing us under the bus, all of us. He's a coward. He's a coward. He's not a leader. He's a coward.
If things are happening right in front of him, particularly if they're in locker rooms, Jim's just not aware. You've built your partisan house of cards on lies told by the likes of Gal Luft, Tony Bobulinski, and of course Alexander Smirnov with the crappy vodka name. That Smirnov's by the way, folks. But in any case, rather than follow the facts as they've been laid out before you in bank records, financial statements, correspondence, and other witness testimony, you continue your frantic search to prove the lies those who rely on you keep peddling. Again, they found nothing. They've gone after his addiction, they've gone after his personal life. They've found nothing in his business records that show that he committed any criminal acts. They've shown nothing that there's any relationship to President Biden, that President Biden did anything untoward. And now the guy they were relying on for the one big thing, the one sort of ace in the hole, of course, in Ukraine, the same place that Donald Trump was first impeached for trying to dig up information that was fake and trying to go after Joe Biden. Yes, That has been proven false as this agent has been arrested. Hunter Biden went on to just sort of rip into them, point out that they are liars, that they are cheaters, that they are scoundrels. Thank you. And after this was over, Dan Goldman got up outside. And well, I'm going to let you see what Dan Goldman had to say, because Dan Goldman was the, let's call it the nail in their coffin.
The only thing that the Republicans have left are these Burisma allegations, which we now know were completely made up by their source, who's now been indicted because he was working with Russian intelligence to interfere in our election. And so let's be very clear, because that is the only basis to move forward with an impeachment inquiry. If this impeachment inquiry continues, then Chairman Comer and Chairman Jordan are working with Russia to interfere in the November 2024 election on behalf of Vladimir Putin for the benefit of Donald Trump.
Yes, as you can see, Dan Goldman, he's good at this. And Goldman took them apart yet again. They cannot be trusted with power. They've proven it again and again. They are liars and cheaters and scoundrels and traitors. So let's make sure that we make the right decisions going forward. And thankfully, Hunter Biden now can walk with his head high and know he defeated this pack of jackals. Hunter Biden exposed them. They thought they were exposing him. Well done.